Republican state lawmakers are backing legislation legalizing the prosecution of women who receive an abortion for the crime of homicide. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Bob Mueller.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. If passed, women convicted of receiving an abortion in Tennessee could face years in prison or even the death penalty. State Capitol reporter Tori Gessner explains.
When it comes to abortion laws, it doesn't get much stricter than Tennessee. The state has a near total ban with no exceptions for rape or incest. Now, a new bill would make those laws even tougher, giving fetuses the same legal protections as those living outside the womb.
That individual, in my personal opinion, has the same right to live than someone who is already been born. I don't think there's some magic threshold that you cross whenever you pass through the birth canal that suddenly bestows you as an actual human being.
Republican Representative Jody Barrett talking about what he calls his equal protection bill on his podcast, The Woodshed. His proposal would make it so a woman who gets an abortion would face the same punishment as a woman who kills her baby after birth. There would be limited exceptions if a life-saving procedure unintentionally results in an unborn baby's death, or if the woman has a, quote, spontaneous miscarriage.
All we're saying is if you kill someone that is a life and being, you can be charged with whatever crimes or criminal charges that are on the books currently. And with equal protection for unborn, that means if you kill a child in the womb, you should be subject to the same penalties or same charges.
Despite Tennessee's near total abortion ban, women are still managing to get abortions, often without ever having to leave the state.
People are accessing abortion by communicating with a clinician. They have a consultation remotely, and then those medications are mailed to them in Tennessee.
According to a recent study by the Society of Family Planning, there were around 750 abortions performed in Tennessee per month from April 2022 to June 2025, the majority through telehealth. While that may seem significant, it doesn't compare to the more than 1,200 abortions performed in person in Tennessee the month before Roe v. Wade was overturned. Barrett arguing those unborn babies have just as much of a right to live as those already born.
The momentum has really started to shift in a positive manner for that type of law to get passed. And we're seeing similar bills being presented all over the country, South Dakota, Iowa, Oklahoma, Texas, and here in Tennessee as well.
Reporting in Nashville, I'm Tori Gessner.
Anti-abortion activists are organizing people to contact their lawmakers, urging support of the bill. Now, the amendment to this bill hasn't been scheduled for debate yet. If passed, it would go into effect on July 1st and would not apply to any act committed before that date.